How did I lose 100 pounds without exercise? Let's talk about it. In August of 2016, I weighed in at over 350 pounds. I was unhealthy in every sense of the word. I didn't yet have the knowledge that I have now, so the only idea I had to lose weight was to cut calories. I managed to bring them down to around 1,500 a day. I lost like 20 pounds right off the bat, but unfortunately it was all water weight. As I was cutting, I was still eating junk food and fast food and sweets. Really, pretty much whatever I wanted. My cravings skyrocketed. Hunger and thoughts of food pretty much, consumed my daily life. In the before time, I was actually kind of delusional about how much I actually ate. I could always justify it in my mind, like, oh, I worked out today, or I went up a flight of stairs, I guess I can have that extra piece of cake. Or, I didn't eat today, or I didn't eat much today, might as well have that third bowl of cereal. Yeah, it was bad. I was trapped in a vicious circle of trying not to eat and then, of course, binging at night. I had zero willpower, and I knew I needed to change, but I didn't know how. You've probably heard this before, that losing weight is 80% food, what you eat, and 20% exercise. But for me so far, it's been closer to about 99% food and 1% exercise. That's about as much effort as I put into it. With all my autoimmune conditions, exercising would have just caused more inflammation, and an excess of inflammation just makes it harder to lose weight, as many of you know and experience every day. Because of that, my autoimmune and weight loss story will forever be tied together. Now, counting calories is a pretty worthless technique all by itself, but when you pair it with a good diet, it can have amazing results. Over time, I want to stress that, guys, weight loss is not a sprint, it's a marathon. If I had quit after just 3 weeks of not seeing results, I never would have found success, no matter how many diets I tried. It wasn't until I was able to cut out refined sugar that I started to be able to turn my life around. I used paleo in the beginning, and everyone's probably heard of paleo. It's gained in popularity over the last few years, and I highly recommend it for most people. Now, it took me some time to get it right. This did not happen overnight. There was a lot to learn. I had good results from that for quite a while, but turns out I needed an even more restrictive diet to get my autoimmune conditions in check. So I moved on to the subversion of paleo, the autoimmune protocol, or as some people call it, the autoimmune paleo diet. I'm actually not really sure which is correct. Maybe both. I don't know. Either way, I just call it AIP. As soon as I was able to temper the inflammation in my body with AIP, I started to lose weight. Pretty steadily, actually. I still lose 1.5 to 2 pounds every week, and it's been that way for over a year. Losing a steady amount of weight over an extended period of time is a lot healthier than just losing tons of weight in a short span of time, which I've done before, several times. I may even make videos on those diets and why you shouldn't do them, but that'll be later on down the road. I finally met my initial weight loss goal of 100 pounds at exactly the 1-year mark, and as of today, I've lost a total of 125 pounds. I plan to lose another 50 pounds or so, but I'm giving myself time. I'm not rushing it. I do expect my weight loss to slow down or maybe even plateau because I haven't changed my diet, I haven't changed the calorie intake since the very beginning, and I don't plan on adding in a lot of exercise anytime soon. It's just not my passion. But yeah, the weight loss keeps dropping steadily every single week, no matter how much exercise I do. It's kind of nice. Wow, brag much? After I lost the first 100 pounds, I only started walking a couple times a week, and I do free weights for maybe like 5 minutes a week. It's not much to talk about. It's not even worth bringing up. I felt like I had to, because technically it is exercise. The whole weight loss, including the 25 pounds after the 100, was pretty much as effortless as it was in the beginning. And I know I'm gonna have to start adding in exercise, guys. I'm gonna have to start a regimen and get consistent with it. I do not look forward to that. I'm sure you're wondering about carbs. That is a fairly common question that I get, especially recently. You can probably already guess, naturally my carb intake is pretty low, doing the paleo/AIP diet. Truth is, I cycle in and out of low carb and keto, and that's just what seems to work for me. But you do you. I do plan to talk more about that in detail in a video coming up soon, so watch out for that one. In the meantime, if you are curious about what I eat, you can watch a video I just put out a couple weeks ago, the 7 foods that I eat to stay in remission. I will try to remember to link it in the description below, but if I don't, give me a shout out so I can do that. Also, I post on Instagram at Adamimmune. I post there fairly regular, and I try to keep it just about food. But please don't judge me too harshly. I am not a professional photographer. Filters do help though. Only 1% of people that lose weight are able to keep it off. 1%. I was part of that majority for a long time. I've lost many battles before now. Many. I've had lots of short-term success and plenty of inevitable failures to go along with those. But there were 2 things that made this time different. The first one is consistency. You can ask any of my friends. Before this whole diet, I was not consistent. You can ask any of them. Seriously, do it. They'll be happy to tell you. It wasn't just diet. It was everything in my life, and this is really, it's helped. It's helped every part of my life. And the second is the fact that I put my health before my weight loss, and in doing so, I was able to have my cake and eat it too. Wow, probably not the best metaphor. Sorry. Putting my overall health before my weight loss goals meant not rushing the scale. It means perfecting nutrition and finding foods that your body likes. And those cheat days that everyone lives for? Yeah, I don't need those anymore. Although I will drink socially, occasionally. No one's perfect. So there it is, guys. That's my weight loss story. I hope you like it, or at least you can relate to it in some way. I always hear things like, I'm just not to that point in life yet. Or, I want to do that, I want to make the change, but I just love tacos too much. Let me tell you something. You are never going to magically wake up and say, yep, today's the day I change. It's not going to happen. It's just not. For most of us anyway. It wasn't until I was able to cut out all the addictive food, like refined sugar, that I was able to turn my life around and become a different person. A person capable of having an ounce of willpower in their lives. A person willing and capable of changing. As long as you have food addiction and cravings in your life, it's almost impossible to have long-term success. I thought I was the weakest person on the planet. I had zero willpower. I had no power to change my life. Sometimes I still see myself that way. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. If I can do it, you can do it too. Especially you. This is the part where I tell you to drop a like and, what's the term? Smash that subscribe button. Yeah, that's who I am now. In my next video, I'm going to give you the best tips I have for eating AIP on a budget. Thanks for watching. See you next time.